Hello, everyone. My name is Josie, and welcome to Eccentric. If you are new to my channel, this is the Aquarius video for May 2020. And just like all the other videos, we're going to shuffle and get the cards out during the video. I'm taking my time, y'all. I'm taking my time. Let's do this. Let me know if you can't hear me. If anybody pops on, let me know how the audio is, okay? There we go, Aquarius. Yes, Aquarius. I love that Tanashi song. Oh, what we got going on for our beautiful Aquarians for May 2020? May 2020. Woo, this one fell out. Hey. We're doing it smooth and straight. That's very interesting. Smooth and straight are the words that come up. Let me silence this. There we go. All right. We got renewal. I don't know if y'all see that better over there. Forgive me for the lights and all of the glare here. I don't even know if I can fix that. This is the one that fell out. Moods and behaviors. The moon. And then you got ear chakra. Listen for guidance. Okay. So what tarot cards are we dealing with? The King of Swords. The Seven of Swords. And then the 10 of Pentacles. So there is definitely a few things going on here, Aquarius. There is quite a bit of stuff. So even though this is the first scenario, there's a few different stories for different Aquarians. Energy comes to you, from you, and happens around you. Okay, place it where it belongs. Now, for some of you Aquarians, you may be observing moods and behaviors that are not kosher. This is an observation that you may be making, or someone's making that observation about you. There's a reputation being built off of actions that are not cool. Okay. And you're right to be in observation mode, because what Spirit's saying is you need to listen for guidance. It's not a simple situation where you're able to be like, oh, you know what? You looking funny, you walking funny, let me cut you off. No, it's not a King of Swords situation in that way for this group of Aquarians. For this group of Aquarians, because there's a possibility for this 10 of Pentacles, you may be dealing with somebody at work, business partnership, even a relationship, right? Because you have the renewal here and the 10 of Pentacles here, Spirit is saying, listen for guidance and let God order your steps. Because even though this person, place, or thing or situation may look like a hot mess, there is a chance for renewal, and there's a chance for the goal to still be met, or there is a potential there that can be tapped into, but you have to do it a certain way. So take your time, continue observing, and just have your healthy boundaries. Okay. Now, for another group of you Aquarians, what's happening is you're dealing with a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini person. Okay. This could be you. Like I said, energy comes to you, from you, and happens around you. It could be you, but it could be another air sign person. Okay. Now, in this particular scenario, someone has got caught either stealing money, taking money, or just jacking up the books There is some deception when it comes to the paperwork, when it comes to anything, budgeting, receipts. There's something that's not right in there, and it was discovered. There was information discovered, okay? And for some of you Aquarians, you may have ignored behaviors, or you may have been that person that was observing the behavior and knew something wasn't right but couldn't put your finger on it. And now you have the information. Now you have the proof to your intuition, right? And for those particular people, that person, place, or situation is going to be either removed from your life, aspects may be removed from your life, so that you can have a renewal and still salvage part, if not all, of this 10 of Pentacles situation, okay? And again, Spirit is saying, listen for guidance throughout that process, okay? What else do we have here? For some of you Aquarians, you are concerned about what you work for, what you built for, your home, your stability. You're concerned about it. And there's a bit of paranoia happening between moods and behaviors and deception. So for some of you, these 3 cards are you, and you're literally paranoid. What is it? Thinking the worst, right? And what Spirit is saying is you need to be holding your vision. If you're trying to manifest, or if you're waiting on resources to come in, hold that vision. Don't hold this vision of you being paranoid and obsessed about, is it going to happen? Is this person or that person going to take it from me? There's some insecurity there. Hold this vision, okay? And in order to help you to hold this vision, you're going to need to step back and take care of yourself, refresh yourself. Try to distract yourself from being so obsessed about trying to make this happen, okay? Pull back in order to go forward. And again, always listen for guidance for when you should act and when you should just observe, okay? So that was the whole first scenario for my beautiful Aquarians. All right. Now let's get into it. We got scenario number 2 coming up. What about the schoolhouse? I hear the schoolhouse is not going to go anywhere. So if some of you are stressing out about how you're going to pay for school, continue your education, and it's not happening for you, Spirit is saying there's a reason. There's a reason why it's not happening for you, and you may have to take a semester off. Okay. There's something bigger outside of that situation. So there's no need for you to try to force it, because you could turn it into a situation where you actually end up in a negative situation, right? You could sabotage yourself by trying to force the issue or rush something that's not ready to happen, okay? There's a big energy about pulling back, Aquarius, and really taking time out for yourself. And it's kind of like pressing the reset button, or if your computer gets stuck and you have to just shut it off and then turn it back on. That's what you're needing right now, Aquarius. Okay. Some of you are attached to mermaids. Like there's this mermaid energy, Aquarius, that you've got going on. It may be part of your spiritual team. That's very interesting. But mermaids did come up. And if you're interested, just look up the spiritual meaning to mermaids. Okay. Very interesting. I heard gracias and thank you. But it was one of those, you were right about something and somebody didn't believe you, and then finally, after going through what they needed to go through, they came back and told you, okay, you were right, and you're like, thank you. That's interesting. Alrighty. So second scenario, you got an energy block here. You're dealing with resistance, right? You've got self-expression, throat chakra. And then you've got detective, Scorpio, Aquarius. What? Man, there's so many secrets. There's a lot of deception going on here. Some of y'all, it's self-deception and obsession and paranoia. And some of you, you're dealing with somebody that's just not kosher, or a situation that you're in that's just not right, and that you need to look into it. Like, don't be like, if you're one of those people that's like, oh, I don't go through people's phones, or I don't go through people's emails and all this and that, but it's walking like a duck and talking like a human. I'm sorry, you need to look into that. And then some of y'all need to speak up for yourself. I don't know if you're stuck in situations, because this is a Scorpio thing too. Maybe you're stuck in a situation where you need that person because of the disaster or whatever. You need somebody, you know, they're full of crap, but you have to deal with them. I understand that situation, but check this out. That does not mean that you cannot have healthy boundaries. There is a line, okay, that you need to draw. Okay. We got the King of Pentacles here in this second scenario. We got the Seven of Pentacles here. A lot of this has to do with money and paperwork. And then we got the King of Swords again. Major information, okay, about money and paperwork. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo person that is well-to-do, Aquarius. And with this Seven of Pentacles, there was something that was started, but now there's this question of, should I continue with the people that I'm working with? You've got the King of Swords, and then you got the King of Pentacles. How well do you think that the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles work together? There's some kind of partnership here where one person may be taking it more seriously, naturally, the earth sign, right, than the other person. The King of Swords may just be role playing. They may talk about being in a leadership position or doing things, but they're not actually taking action and making things concrete. So out of all of these Seven Pentacles, only about 3 of them actually have a, what do you call that? Potential to sprout into something. So now Aquarius, either you or that other person is having to decide whether they should remove all those other pentacles and replace them with new seeds that they know that are going to sprout, you know? There's this whole side eye situation going on here. Like, something ain't right about you or something ain't right about this situation. Aquarius, if you are in a situation where you may be receiving help, loans, assistance of some sort, make sure that you're going through the proper channel, because there's a lot of people out there that are committing fraud and scamming people. So like, if you're trying to do an application for an SBA loan, for example, make sure it says .gov, because there's a lot of similar websites that look official, but they're not. So be sure to like pay attention to that, okay? Now, for some of you, you're needing to speak up, just period. In order to remove this energy block, you're going to have to speak up. You're going to have to say how you feel, number one, and say what it is that you want. It doesn't matter whether you are going to get it or not. Because again, with earth energy, it needs a directive. And if you're over here just talking about everything but how you feel and what you want, the earth energy doesn't know what to do with that. That's like telling somebody to build a house and that's it. Like, you're not telling them what color you want it. You're not telling them if you want to use bricks. Like, somebody is not talking. And they're just, if they are talking, they're talking about everything but what they need to be talking about. Okay. Something's being hidden. And that's why that person is doing it too. Whoever's running their mouth about everything but what they need to be talking about, they're hiding something. Okay. Very interesting. Wow. All right. We are ready for this last scenario for Aquarius. Last scenario for Aquarius here. Last scenario. Aquarius, Spirit wants to know how many times. And it's a ... after that. How many times? So this question could be, how many times do you need to go through this lesson? How many times have you been the person to facilitate this experience for other people? You know, either you're the one doing it or it's being done to you. But how many times does this need to happen before you decide differently, before you reprogram, right? How many times? So that's insinuating that you've been here before. Hey, how you doing, Christina? So I'm doing Aquarius right now. This is the Aquarius video. Yeah, we got 3 more in the now. Oh, yeah. All right. Last but not least, your third scenario, Aquarius, love and relationships, the heart chakra, Leo, performance, Neptune, illusion. Somebody is definitely needing to break up with somebody. Oh my gosh. The Hermit, going within. King of Swords popped out 3 times, trifecta. Okay. Either you really have a problem with yourself, okay, Aquarius, or it's another air sign in your life that is a really huge problem. For the King of Swords to pop out twice, are you kidding me? And then we got the 4 of Cups. This right here is literally all about love and relationships. This whole spread is literally targeting love and relationships. With the Hermit, you only know so much. You can only see so much because, again, on purpose, there's stuff being hidden from you from the other side. You're dealing with Neptune. Y'all know what Neptune does. Smoke and mirrors, okay? And this is a defense mechanism from the other person because they're insecure, because they got all kind of issues. Neptune rules hospitals and jail and all this and that and addictions and things like that. So you may be dealing with somebody that is jacked up, like on a psychological level, or they may be dealing with addictions, escapism, whatever, and they're trying to cover it up, making it seem like they're competent and they're not. Okay. And then again, You're the one that has to know the difference between unconditional love and conditional love, and not let anybody change the way that you see love as an energy. Just because you break up with somebody doesn't mean that you don't love them. Just because that you allow them their independence does not make that conditional love. Because believe me, people will try to convince you, oh, well, I thought you loved me, blah, blah, blah. No, I still love you, but you're not about to get that on me. Right? I can love you and we can be friends. If you don't want to accept that, then it's not my problem. It's yours, right? Because we're dealing with a Four of Pentacles situation. Aquarius is having to decide, is this cup going to contaminate these other three cups? Because I'm responsible for these other three cups. I don't need the contamination. You see what I mean? And Aquarius is having to make a command decision over everything. And again, you're going to have to trust spirit on this decision that you make in your romantic relationship, because you can only see as far as the light is showing you. You can only see as far as that person is allowing you to see. And that's not something that you have control over, Aquarius. So take what you're feeling and seeing and trust that that is the truth, and that is all you need to know. You don't need proof, right? For those of you who didn't have proof. And be brave enough to be independent and reclaim some of the energy that's leaking from your heart chakra. Okay. But yeah, those are the messages I have for Aquarius for May 2020. I appreciate you so much for watching. Thanks, Christina, for stopping by. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye.